Hey, what up, world? Welcome back to Dog Talk. This your boy Sporty Black Chicken in again. Shout out to all the subscribers and shout out to the new people, that's tuning in. Today I want to talk about the top 10 playoff ranking that just came out last night. It was kind of like it was surprising to me, so to speak. I was surprised that Ohio State was number one, but then again, I wasn't really surprised because when you look at it, they look like the most dominant team thus far this year, from offense and defense, the way they've been beating people. The only problem I got with them is the fact that I question the quality of play for their schedule. I think, in my opinion, they played one good team so far, Wisconsin, and really, I think Wisconsin was overrated, but they did beat them down like they're supposed to. So you got Ohio State number one, you got LSU number two, which I actually had as my number one team, but okay, LSU number two, Alabama number three. The good thing about the Alabama and LSU thing is that they play this weekend, so you go get to really see which one of those teams is better. So it's gonna be a shakeup as soon as them guys play on there. Interesting thing would it be to see if it's a really close game and whoever lose, how far does the loser fall back, and does the winner automatically jump to number one? I don't know. Then number four, this was a surprise to a lot of people, including myself, was Penn State. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't really watched a lot of Penn State this year. I know they undefeated and historically they're a great program, but I thought Clemson would be number four. However, they got Clemson number five, and I guess with the Clemson thing is that it goes back to the strength of schedule and the quality of opponents that they playing. I think Texas A&M maybe it's the best team that they played this year, and Texas A&M maybe is like maybe like the sixth or seventh best team in the SEC. To be honest. So so that was kind of surprised. Although Clemson, they struggle with North Carolina. I think that's what the blemish. They almost treat that kind of like a loss, but the fact that with Clemson, other than the North Carolina game, everybody else they don't blew them out. Trevor Lawrence isn't playing, up to the expectation level that people would think a guy of his talent level would be playing in his sophomore year. He kind of like he having a sophomore slump, but I don't see nobody in the ACC beating them. So I think they will still make the college football playoff because, like I said, LSU and Alabama got to play each other, as well as Penn State and Ohio State will eventually play each other, right? So long Clemson keep winning, they'll be there. Long they go undefeated. Now, if they mess around and lose some kind of way, then they are eliminated from the race because they will not be able to win enough big games down the stretch to get back in it because they don't have no big games. The ACC is totally awful. You got that's a one team conference and it consists of Clemson and a bunch of middle of the pack schools. So I think I need the whole ACC to step it up. And number six would be my beloved Bulldogs. We're at number six, meaning that we the highest rated one loss team, which I expected us to be right there at number six. So I have no problem with that. Shout out to the Dogs for the big win over Florida this past weekend, and all you Florida fans that's out there crying, talking about that they say it was a bad call with the Lawrence Cager catch, early in the first half when it was, they had to get reviewed. A lot of people thought it wasn't a catch. A lot of people thought it was a catch. This was got ruled out by college football. I'm gonna just expound a little bit on that play. I'm not no kind of officiating expert or nothing, but the rules differ from college to pro. Now, in pro, that probably wouldn't have been a catch, but in college, you are allowed for some like the ball can touch the ground long as you got major possession of it. So if you got it and it kind of touched the ground, but you maintain the possession through it, they consider that a catch, right? But, for you pissed off and disgruntled Florida fans, man, you need to go get some tissue and cry and blow your nose somewhere, man, because that one play did not dictate that game, guys. You guys had 21 rush yards. You can't beat nobody with 21 rush yards for the last, like, 10 years or so in that game in Jacksonville between Georgia and Florida. The team that rushed the ball the most won the game. We had 119-yard rushing. You had 21-yard rushing. So therefore, you lose. You lost. It's simple as that, man. That's all I got to say about that. You know, but Florida, shout out to them. They are the highest ranked two-loss team on this playoff ranking. They came in at number 10, so they still got a lot to play for, and they still got a chance to make some moves. And the SEC East is still not decided. Georgia got a big game coming up this weekend with Missouri Saturday night. And actually, if Georgia lose to Missouri, Missouri would kind of have the inside track of the SEC East. So I think this game against Missouri is just as big, if not bigger, than the Florida game last week, man. So the rest of our schedule for Georgia, we got some tough games, other than the rivalry game with our little stepbrother, Georgia Tech. You already know we go spank them, but everybody else, is it's gonna be real competitive. We still got Auburn on the schedule. We still got Texas A&M on the schedule, and so we gonna have to play. But I'm looking forward to it. Shout out to Georgia. Like I said, we control our own destiny, and I'm just really really glad to see the offense wake up in the Florida game. I think the bye week really helped us out a whole lot. We went back to the drawing board, got back to our roots of running the ball, but we added a few wrinkles in the run game, such as the little toss sweep out the shotgun to get Swift and the running backs on the edges, because I'm like, man, we can't keep running up the middle. If they stopping and clogging up the middle, you got to have another option, especially when you play a team like Auburn, in a couple weeks. They real dominant in the inside, shout out to Big Cat and all them boys on in the trenches. So you got to be able to get it on the outside. I think we utilized the screen game real well, getting the running backs out in space. We got the running game finally going, which opens up the play action. We got Lawrence Cager back. He's by far our best receiver. And we just seen flashes from a couple other guys. The defense, in my opinion, is the best defense in the country, hands down. Go check the stats if you don't believe me. We the only team in the last 20 years to not allow a rushing touchdown in the first 8 games. So that's not no easy feat. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, shout out to the defense. And I think if the defense keep playing on the level that they're playing, and the offense continues to get better, and the offensive line continues to block like they did, especially in the pass protection, I think we got a chance to beat anybody. So I'm real, happy about the state of the program at this moment. But that was just 1 week, and I guess I got to wait and see how we look Saturday, because they might come back and play against Missouri and regress, instead of progress. So we'll have to see, man. But that's all I got for now. I ain't even really go get into the rest of the rankings, because really the top 6 is the really only ones that stand a chance. You got Oregon at number 7 and a couple other teams. You know what I'm saying? After that, but all the rest of them teams, they ain't talking about nothing. They ain't finna do nothing. It just boiled down to the few teams that's at the top and them Bulldogs, man. You feel me? Other than that, man, let's be real about this, man. I'm going to name the team that really got a chance to make the playoff. That is Ohio State, LSU, Alabama, Penn State, Clemson, Georgia. And then you can throw in Oklahoma and Oregon, still got a legitimate chance. The rest of you guys out there, man, it is over. Just like this video. This video is over, man. I'm Sporty Black. I'm signing off. If you're new to the channel, hit that sub button. Support your boy. Help me get to 5K. Go.